Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over a gun, what I've had for about the last 4 or 5 months. I'm going to be doing a little long-term review on it. The first things first, gun is unloaded as you can see. Cylinder's open, no rounds present. But this is the Ruger LCR. LCR stands for Light Compact Revolver. This one's chambered in 38 Special plus P, so you do get to shoot those a little bit hotter loads out of it. Try to get a little more velocity out of your short barrel here. The gun sports a 1.87-inch barrel, um, weighs 13.5 ounces, and it does come with a set of Hogue grips. Also on the gun, as you can see here, not sure why you can see it, but you have a little rear U-notch sight, and you got a pin front sight. The nice thing about that pin sight is you can take it out and swap it with like a tritium sight. I know, I think it's XS sights makes a really nice uh, tritium sight for the front of it, so I may end up actually replacing that here soon. This gun does have a 5-round capacity of 38 special. However, they do have them in other loadings. According to Ruger, they have them in 38 special, 357 Magnum. You got 327 Federal Magnum, 9mm, and you have 22 long rifle. I want to say that 22 Magnum is in the LCR X, which is the one with the exposed hammer, because this one is a double action only, as you can see. You close the cylinder, pull the trigger, and that's it. The LCRX does have the exposed hammer, so you can fire it single action. But I mean, for a defensive revolver, I prefer the double action only, because there's a few things to it. What's kind of nice is the biggest thing is you don't have to worry about your hammer snagging on your clothing, which I've experienced with the Model 60 I have. That can in fact happen, despite some people on the internet saying it can't. It's not as often as you'd think, but it does happen nonetheless. Um, and also, you with the double action only, if you're in a defensive situation, sometimes stress gets in your way, and you may accidentally pull the trigger unintentionally. With this, you have a little bit heavier trigger pull. However, it is a smooth trigger pull, but it's not going to be an unintentional thing. If you're pulling this trigger, you're putting some meaning behind it. Going on to the trigger as well, with it being a double action only, typically you have uh, a heavier trigger pull, but this one, I mean, it's pretty smooth. It's actually very smooth compared to some of the other revolvers I've gotten. Just messing around with some of the Smith and Wesson J frames, like the 642 or the 442. The double action trigger on this is excellent compared to the J frames. The J frames just, like, I know they break in over time a little bit better, but even still, it's just a very heavy and gritty trigger pull. I know you got spring kits you can put in them, but with a trigger like this, I mean, I fired a couple hundred rounds through this gun, but this thing is just exceptionally smooth. And you can stage it as well. If I can get it. There you go. It's staged right here. And the next thing you have to do is just pull straight back just like that. Very light. One of the things I've seen people complaining about with this gun is something called the false reset. So the false reset, or the reset in general on the semi-automatic handgun, you're going to pull the trigger back, let it off slightly, pull it back again, the gun's going to go off because you've reset it completely. But with this one, not sure if you can hear it, but there you go. You have to let it all the way out. You hear that? You can't do anything. You have to let it all the way out each and every time for it to work. Going on to shootability with it. Shootability with this gun is kind of what you'd expect from snub nose, lightweight 38 special revolver. There's a lot less to be desired. Um, the gun still, you can shoot it accurately, but with it being what it is, you're not going to shoot it as well as you say something like a Glock 17 or a Glock 19 or even a Glock 43X, for example. Um, these, I mean, you can only shoot so well with these. However, with lots of practice, you can get pretty good with it. Whenever I first bought the gun 5 months ago, I couldn't shoot it very well at all. It's just you're trying to adjust to the double action trigger and keeping your sights on target and keeping everything steady. You just have to pull it real smoothly. You don't want to jerk it. However, you can at, like, say 3 yards or so. But it just takes a little bit of practice to get used to. But once you get used to it, it's really not that bad. it actually comes pretty fun to shoot. However, shooting loads like these are the Winchester Defender. I think they're 130 grain jacketed hollow points. These are the plus P loadings. These are stout. Um, it, it feels kind of like you're shooting full house loads in a 357 Magnum, like something like Underwood or Buffalo Bore. I'd compare it to that. It's very, very snappy. However, you can get a little bit better at it just shooting it more, even though the plus P loadings are quite expensive. I want to say for a box of is either 20 or 25 is a little over $30 for these. But having good self-defense ammunition is also a very vital thing in your carry gun. Um, Going on to long-term thoughts on this gun. One of them being, am I going to keep this gun? Yeah, I'm probably going to end up keeping it. It fills its role very well. It's a gun that's light enough for you to, say, throw it in your pocket, throw it inside a pocket holster. Um, you can throw it inside the waistband, and you don't even have to have a gun belt to do it. It's very light in that fact. You can just do it in basketball shorts if you wanted to. I like wearing the Under Armour shorts a lot. I can just clip it in there, tighten my strings a little bit, and I'm good to go. It's not coming off. It's just that light. It sits in place. It does that very well. Overall, I've been pretty impressed with the gun. However, MSRP is kind of steep on this one, but you can typically find it a little bit cheaper in other places. Like MSRP, according to Ruger's website here, is $739. I think I paid $550 for mine at a local sporting goods store by me. Overall, I think it's a good gun for the money. I like it significantly better than the Smith& Wesson J frames. Although the thing I'm uncertain about is with the polymer frame on here, the polymer and aluminum mix, it's long term. Like I'm talking 20, 30 years. And I'm just wondering how well it's going to hold up. And I had that gun for that long. I'll definitely go ahead and do a review on that. Overall, it's been a great gun so far. Have a few little nitpicks about it, but the good outweighs the bad in that case. Anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and everyone have a great day.